Are you fiending for more?
I literally knew you were going to open
Yeah,
actually,
I know.
because I was going to if you didn't.
Yeah. Welcome
We
to the
made it.
Unpaid Nobodies, everybody. We're all very tired.
Yes, we survived the rodeo. Barely.
Yeah. We should have done this last night.
None of us would have been able to do it
Stop
last
it.
night.
No.
It would have been wild anyway.
You wouldn't even have heard us. My voice is still kind of gone, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right. So it's the first week of January. Per usual, in the first week of January, there isn't anything to talk about.
Nope. There's
Other
no
than the delayed gratification that was the Travis Scott Circus Maximus tour stop in Chicago. That was here last night at the United Center. All four of us, along with Andrew, Sophie, and White Patrick, were there. Guys, we all saw Travis Scott. How do we feel? I am very much... Oh, and Jeff's here, in case you can't notice from the additional person on the screen.
I guess we should announce our guest.
Jeff is here.
All right,
because we weren't going to go... Yeah, Jeff, longtime collaborator, basically a field agent at this point.
Is this the third time? Second? Third? That you've been on the podcast?
Third, maybe fourth.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been on for a while.
Losing count. We've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, him and Isaac are in a league of their own.
Literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, we made it. It was fun. It was exciting.
I feel like I got hit by a bus.
Yeah, I feel like we all do. So why don't we go around? We could start with probably the two guys who gave Travis his golden nugget. Oh, by the way, golden nugget special.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what came out first. What came out first?
I'm assuming this is probably going to come out first.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
even though the golden nugget special is recorded and in the can. But yeah, no. Who cares?
I'm about to say spoiler alert. You should know this already.
Like,
Jasper and I picked Travis Scott for our golden nugget. No. And if anything, this just solidifies my claims. If we saw this last year, then I would have been 100% more confident saying Travis Scott. But yeah, I mean, very excited in terms of what he's done so far. I'm considering this is last year's show. So everything that he did last year, this was a perfect rapper for me, seeing him live and performing at this level.
Yeah.
At least for me personally.
Jasper?
I would think, yeah.
Iconic, dude. I mean, that was like
bucket list.
It was like somehow very familiar in terms of it's the United Center. We've all been there tons of times.
Yeah.
It's a big stage, it's a crowd, people are excited. But then there was something totally just alien and different about the level of spectacle that was there. It was just crazy. The stage was crazy, the walkout was crazy. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely the best balance of spectacle to actual viewability.
Yeah,
I've probably ever seen, because and my memory's hazy because it's over a decade ago at this point. But I remember the Yeezus tour, that was a level of spectacle that I would say maybe even beyond this. But I think this had much better viewability. Yeah. I much preferred the way Travis laid this out throughout the United Center, lengthwise. Because
how he had the whole really canyon style stage setup. That was
the canyon style stage setup, exactly. I think that was, even if Kanye was
more people need to do that.
Yeah, even if Kanye was more grand, I feel like this is better.
Was the Yeezy tour the one where it was the floating stage?
No, that was Pablo.
That's Life of Pablo. Yeezus tour is the one where it's mountains and it's very angular, and he wore the Margiela masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is that it was like a stage, a proper stage. So it went back, and as it went back into the stage, it got harder and harder to see. So even though I think it was maybe a level of spectacle even above this, I think this was better because it was still much easier to see. You know, but we had also pretty good seats. I mean, we were 300 level, but really close up there.
Just almost in the middle.
Second row,
Literally.
300.
Yeah.
Second row, pretty much. Yeah, I'd agree. Right smack in the middle. It was like perfect viewing of everything.
Yeah. Jeff,
It was on the back end of the stage.
Jeff, I feel like you also, we don't have you on record as like your opinion about Travis Scott, like as an artist as much. Because
true.
he's like,
I like him. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I figured. So like, what were your expectations going into this show?
They were actually pretty high, and they were pretty on par for what I was expecting. Just because you look at all of his inspirations, you see how he is as an artist. You know he's gonna pull from everyone who he is inspired by. You know, Kanye, Beyonce. He's gonna pull from them, and you know both of them put on great stage performances.
Yeah.
So you know he's gonna put on something that's on par, if not better than what they can put on.
Yeah, at least from my experiences, like I would say Beyonce and Kanye are like the two clearest like reference points for like the kind of show he's putting on.
Yeah.
Right. Like I really do think like if I'm comparing it to the shows I saw last year, I'm comparing it to Beyonce more than anything else. Because it was at like a really high technical level. Like even I don't know. Like
this is just the show that I actually think would have performed better in the summertime in a stadium, like at Soldier Field.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I wonder if this like because like scale is all about like perspective, and like at Soldier Field, like it's just so much bigger. So I wonder if that would make this look small by comparison. You know,
I think
possibly.
Instead of doing two shows, because he has another one here in what 3 weeks?
Yeah,
2.
Yeah, the 22nd.
Yeah,
21st?
he could easily just
22nd.
combine them and then do a Soldier Field. Because I don't think it's hard to say. I want to say he could sell out Soldier Field, but like I feel like if there was one concert, there's better chances of actually like being able to justify him being at Soldier Field.
What's the seating difference?
Oh, it's like 3-4 times.
It's pretty big. Yeah.
It also depends on like how you do the.
Ed Sheeran holds the record at 72,000.
Yeah.
At Soldier Field?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like between 3 and 4 times United Center, right?
Isn't United Center like 24,000 or something?
It depends on how you seat it out. Like
Yeah.
Soldier Field can seat 63,500.
But when you do a concert, so like Ed Sheeran last summer put on a center stage right in the middle of the field, and he broke the record for it. It was like 72,000.
Yeah, it was 3.
So when you do something like that, you know, Travis Scott, he's going to have like that Canyon style setup, so he'll be able to
get even more in there.
Yeah,
get United about Center. 65, 70,000 in there.
Yeah.
On the Wikipedia says 23,500 in a concert configuration for United Center, so that I'm sure that includes like seating in the floor area. Yeah, so I mean, I could if he's doing 2 shows here and both are, I don't think both are sold out, or maybe they are and resale just isn't bad because like you can still get tickets to the next one. I could see him potentially, if he were to just consolidate a little bit, he could probably sell out Soldier Field and just do like that as like the Midwestern stop almost, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you can consolidate between locations. I think the amount of people who are going to go city to city to see a show
much lower.
Is like just it's just so marginal. I don't like disagree though that he could probably sell out Soldier Field. Like I just don't. I think with a stadium the style of Soldier Field, you probably have to sacrifice a little bit more seating than the United Center because I don't think it has like as much like backroom infrastructure because it's like outside. But still, like I don't doubt that, and I don't think, and to be honest with you, I think the fact that he's doing like multiple shows at the United Center is kind of irrelevant. Like, like I think he could. I think this specific show setup like couldn't just be plopped down in Soldier Field though and work though. You know, I think the fact that it was contained, like, really sold it. Like, think about the pyrotechnics, right? The pyrotechnics were fucking incredible considering the fact that they were in the United Center, right? But like you spread that out across a football field, and suddenly it's dainty, you know. And that's not a common. And I don't think that's like a fair criticism of like the show that we saw last night. I just think that like if we're talking about like can this translate to a different kind of venue? Maybe not. Like,
yeah. And in reality, I like that intimate feeling of the United Center in general. It felt like I was with the crowd, so it is
Brandon,
nice.
you're gonna hate this, but one way to restructure it for potentially doing like a Soldier Field one would be if he basically did the setup from the Circus Maximus movie, where it's like just like the wall of speakers and there's like drones and shit, and it's like because that's in the center of like an open stadium, and it's like you put it on like a big mound, almost like like Sunday service style, and then just like have all that going on at the center.
Yeah,
that would be the only way. I don't know what was interesting for me, at least yesterday. I feel like at this point, especially as often as we've been to concerts, we always feel like we're in the upper 90 percentile or 80 percentile in terms of age. I thought it was going to be much younger. I'm not going to lie. Like I felt like I saw a decent amount of like.
I felt like it was a very young crowd.
Yeah, me too. Well, no, not very young. It was not. Yeah. It was not
late high school.
It was not Summer Smash.
That's what I'm saying. I was thinking like the Yeet concert was. Like, I'm in the 95 percentile.
No, it wasn't like going to Summer Smash and being like I'm hanging out with high school kids. It was a little bit like when you accidentally go to a bar too close to DePaul. And you're like, oh shit! Everyone here is 21, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Do you remember when State was a place? Yeah. Remember State on Webster? Yeah,
I do. Yeah. Nope. So that's how I feel about it, right? Yes, I did feel like it was like a very noticeably younger crowd, but it wasn't like it wasn't like a super young crowd. It was just like I'm in my 30s now, and like that. A 21-year-old is as different from me as a 17-year-old. You know what I mean?
It definitely felt like late high school, early college. Like there were definitely like high schoolers out there. But you think about it, I mean, the fan base is starting to age up a little bit just in terms of like what we're used to. The days of Astroworld when it was like 13, 14-year-olds is like, that was what, now 6 years ago?
Yeah. Was it?
So now they're all.
Wait, was Astroworld? Oh, the album was 6 years ago.
Yeah, the album.
Yeah.
So those people were entering college.
There were the memes of like 13-year-olds all like with their hoodies up and stuff, and it's like Astroworld is already a classic, bro. Like shit like that before it even came out.
Yeah, I remember sending those memes to Purvis.
There you go.
I remember.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I did not see that. There were definitely people going very hard. The lady behind me and Jeff.
Dude, she was going crazy.
She was screaming right in my ear.
Yeah.
She was screaming for the DJ set.
Like, turn around and been like, hey, lady, stop it.
I mean, can you fiend more quietly, please?
There was a girl that was sitting right in front of me. She was leaning over the railing with her phone, and I just kind of wanted to scare her, so I could just see her drop it.
Yep.
Right on somebody else's head.
I wanted to do it, but I didn't.
Yeah. You're a good person. Thank you for not doing that.
Yeah. But yeah, you know who this had an incredibly similar crowd to? And I think this is like Drake.
I felt like you were going to say that. But
It was
I don't know if it was like there's
Drake,
a lot more females at Drake. In my opinion.
Drake had a lot more women, and it skewed a little bit older. But I think of the shows we've been to, I think Drake is the most similar. Because Future was way older. Future was like we were still the kids at the Future show.
I'm gonna say though, that's because we were in VIP. Like if you looked out at the crowd for GA, it was all young kids like that, just because that's the demographic for Summer Smash.
Yeah,
that is true. They skew young anyway. The entire concert or the entire festival, I should say.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Don Toliver coming out?
Yeah, that was
that was a fucking certified movie magic moment.
That was
my
great.
God.
I'm not gonna lie, I was bummed it wasn't Tizo.
I would have really liked for you two to be able to see Tizo live.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Tizo, but I do like Don Toliver, and I gotta be honest. It's my third time seeing him now.
Yeah,
and like the 100%, and like the ability to just like see this artist like develop and like move like and become like a better and better performer. Yeah, that's been very cool. And it's kind of cool that like, you know, I have a lot of nice things to say about Don Toliver, but like, I'm not a mega fan. Like, So it's like I'm kind of removed, and it's like, oh, I can kind of just sit back and watch as this person progresses, like as an artist, and like it's very interesting. And yeah, no, I think this was one of his most charismatic performances.
Yeah, this was like an amped up version of what he did at Juice WRLD Day. Juice WRLD Day only being like a 4 or 5 song set, but it was the energy was definitely there. And seeing Can't Say live is just like absolute cherry on top, dude. Such a good song, and just like nice to see it actually performed by both artists. You know?
Yeah, no, that was great.
He came out to After Party.
Yeah,
then he did Lemonade. And I don't remember anything else after that. At least like
he did the song of Heroes and Villains. What's it called?
Oh, Creepin'?
No, that's the Weekend one. The Don Toliver one. The what's that called?
Now it's killing me.
I listened to it today. Why can I not think of this?
Too Many Nights.
Yeah, Too Many Nights. He did Too Many Nights.
Good song. Good song.
No Company.
There was just way too much time in between Don Toliver and Travis. They could have had at least one more opener.
It would have been nice, yeah. And Tizo could have performed in that gap, to be honest. But it eventually worked out.
Yeah.
And then
I did think the Don Toliver set was very good. Like, do not take like the fact that I would have preferred Tizo to say that I think Don Toliver was bad in any stretch, you know.
I was going to say, trust me, I'm in the same boat, but it's because I don't think I would see Tizo in any other opportunity.
Yeah, that's the other thing. And also, like, I wish you would have gotten the full Modern Jam. You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think all the sequences were very, very good for Travis, 100%. But, like, the Modern Jam one stood out. I just think it would have stood out even more if we had that Tizo feature. But Can't Say is one of my favorite songs off Astroworld. So being able to get that was cool. That was fine with me.
I'll take it.
Very nice. And then Travis finally came out with a big introduction. The video going and everything, and then Hyena straight into it. Honestly, it blew my mind away. Hearing all the songs from Utopia and actually hearing it live, I'm not gonna lie, kind of going into it, I wasn't sure how to feel about it. Like, I knew I was gonna enjoy the concert, but I feel like I've enjoyed like the rodeo a little bit more. I feel like I connect a little bit more to Astroworld songs, but hearing all these songs live was absolutely amazing. Like, seeing the impact behind it and the energy behind it, and like hearing people sing, like when I Know came on and they'll cut the song or the music. Nah, it hit. I'm not gonna lie.
God, acapella Nightcrawler was wild.
Man.
Yeah.
So hard. Even did he do 902.0? But didn't he like cut the beat?
He never performs after the beat switch, the second half, which bums me out because that's like such a good verse. But he always does the intro and he just auto-tunes the hell out of it.
That is true. I wish he would go back and do the full thing. He didn't do all of Maria, I'm Drunk.
No, that's a long song though. It's like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Everything on Rodeo is like 5-minute runtime, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which explains why he didn't do like full songs off it, I guess.
Yeah. I don't think he did many full songs. And like, don't get me wrong, like I don't think there were, I think for the most part I was completely cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, you know, well, just because like all of his stuff is like so feature heavy. You know, like like of course you're gonna, you know, only do half the West Side Gun verse in Lost Forever when like he's not there.
Yeah. I was about to say it was the last song, kind of him walking off.
Yeah. I'm so glad we did get full butterfly effect though. That was
good.
That was nice. Yeah. Therapeutic.
I did think someone else was going to come out though, because you're right. It is all of his music is pretty feature heavy in general. So I
feel like he teased that so much throughout the night where someone was going to come out.
Yeah. It was 100% like kind of felt.
When he did Del Resto, I love you, Beyonce.
And then he goes down to Change.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing. I feel like a lot of the features that could have came out, like these are really big artists. Like getting them would be.
Yeah, Beyonce was one I was never gonna be like. Okay, well,
Beyonce.
No, that was just funny.
Drake.
Beyonce,
The Weeknd.
Kanye, Young Thug.
Well, he and Drake have done it before. Like.
Yeah, I don't.
In Toronto.
Yeah. I don't
Well,
think
that was most recently, but weren't they on stage together in Houston in like 2019 or something? They did just like everything off of yeah, no, and then they were in London together when they did during like the Goosebumps, like the Birds in the Trap era.
Yeah.
So it's happened a couple times. It's like a little bit of that crossover. But
if anything, I expect to play more Cardi because he's gonna be here soon. And we got Fiend 10 times.
Yeah.
So,
and they just released a new song together, Backrooms. Oh, that was something we could talk about. Backrooms. Yeah, I didn't listen to it.
That was part of the news. You didn't listen to it?
No.
Honestly, I want to tell you to wait for the whole album. Like,
that's literally what my thing right now is that okay. I know there is no escaping a Cardi album for the podcast if it comes out. I get that. So like I'm just putting it. And then when the album
completely ignoring it until it gets here.
I'm not saying completely ignoring. I'm saying I'm punting. Okay, and that's because like when he finally drops the album, then we'll listen. Then I'll listen. And then I'll have my opinion then.
Mm-hmm. I understand. I do understand.
But
Thank you for tolerating Travis. I won't make you tolerate Playboy Cardi.
I've already seen Playboy Cardi.
That actually is true.
And you didn't want to jump out the house.
Yeah, and I liked Travis way more.
It was a much better show. So.
I would 100%. I mean, yeah, this would definitely have been like probably my second favorite of last year. Totally.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing right behind Chance.
Yeah, like there is a thing with for me, like there's a huge element of like just like who Chance is and like what acid rap is. But like this was just like on a spectacle level, just so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All around.
Very nice to actually know every song. I don't know if I've been able to say that a lot last year, but to know every song at a concert
except for that one new Don Toliver song.
Yeah.
Right, except for but again, the fact we got a new song is
that
dope.
Sounded hard as hell.
Yeah, no, I was a big fan of the new Don song with Don. I was very into that.
I'm curious, you guys think that's a teaser to Jack Boys 2 or a teaser to like Don Toliver or something?
I really hope it's Jack Boys 2.
Yeah, I hope it's Jack Boys 2, but it's probably Don Toliver or something.
Chase B DJing opened with the Jack Boys intro, which was very cool.
Yeah.
Hearing that on like a big scale in a stadium is so sick. That's just like such a good little like interlude. Love it.
Yeah.
That was the first opening DJ we didn't hear Finito. Oh no, we did. We actually did.
Yeah, no, he did play Finito 100%.
It will forever curse. We'll never escape that.
Did
you guys have a highlight a favorite? It could have been Don't Like. Did you guys have a favorite song or a highlight top 3 songs performed?
Mine was. I'm trying not to say 90210.
Okay.
But it's probably 90210.
No shame in saying that.
No, it's probably 90210. Okay. Which is like not even like my favorite Travis song by any stretch. But yeah, just not that. That was probably my favorite. I just thought like he kind of slowed it down a little bit. He like, and I feel like slowing it down, letting it breathe, and giving it all that space, like it just hit really, really hard. So I did like, the pace of the concert, like kind of like the ebb and flow, like how he would run through like he did like, the Meltdown, Topia Twins, No Bystanders, where like, it's kind of like he's doing these segments. But before that, he did like, I think he did all of 90210. I could be.
No. It cut before the beat switch.
Okay.
I think he did sing like an acapella by himself, but not the full second.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that verse is really long.
Yeah.
And he didn't go in past that.
But yeah.
You'll say 90210?
I would probably say 90210.
What do you guys think? Jasper, Jeff?
Jeff, what do you got?
I know Brandon said he was a little disappointed, but hearing Modern Jam live was just fucking amazing.
I was not disappointed by Modern Jam live. I just know that if we would have had a Tizo opener, we would have gotten Tizo there.
Even crazier. Yeah, that's true.
And we were supposed to.
That is also another point. For Modern Jam, the DJ was talking too much. Travis did fine, but the DJ kept cutting off the beat for like anyway.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
No, I thought the visuals for Modern Jam was really sick.
It mirrored
That's
the
why I
video.
liked it the most.
it did mirror the video, yeah.
Yeah, I also loved Meltdown. When he got to Meltdown, I thought it went very hard. I just
That was
even
wild.
T-Town. It's just everyone goes crazy. It's red everywhere. Yeah, it was nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and then even I Know, hearing that live.
Yeah,
I Know was my favorite. I Know was easily my favorite. It was a top 2 song for me last year, and like hearing the entire crowd scream, like, nah, it was great. It was good.
Highest in the Room was great because I was the highest in that room.
Therapy.
Oh yeah.
We were all the highest in the room.
Oh, we were so high.
Also, No Bystanders, opening up with Juice WRLD. That was hard. I don't know why, but I completely forgot the song existed. So when I heard it, I was like, let's go. I started screaming.
Y'all should have seen the look on Sophie's face seeing me like yell every word to that song.
Also, I think
hype.
I also think, like, as far as sticking the landing goes, I think walking off to the SZA feature at the end of Telekinesis.
Yeah.
Nice touch.
Great touch.
Yeah. And, like, I will say this, like, there is, do you know the phrase a double-edged sword? Something that, like, kind of hurts and cuts, but it's usually framed in, like, oh, this is something that everyone perceives as a benefit, but it also kind of cuts back. I think this is kind of like the opposite, where it's like, it's a thing that is usually pretty negative, but I think, like, one of the benefits of having, like, so many feature-heavy songs is that it's very hard to be disappointed, right? Like, one of my favorite Travis Scott songs is Wonderful.
Yeah.
But, like, how do you even do that song? Like, how do you even do that song without having The Weeknd there? How do you do Through the Late Night without having Kid Cudi there? How do you do...
It doesn't hit as hard.
Like... So, I think, like, the bad side is, like, yeah, we get a lot of, like, partial songs, during the sets, but then the benefit is that, like, well, like, it gets to a certain point where it's like you can't just even be mad about it.
And that did come up a lot. Now that you mentioned that, like, Meltdown, when he had to cut off Drake's part, I was just like, damn, that really sucks. There's another song that, like, he cut off literally right in the middle. I'm just like, man, I would love to, like, actually sing this verse, like, this part of it, but you're right. It just kind of comes with it.
I think that's, like, the ultimate reason where, like, I would definitely say the Ass Rap Tour was, like, number one, is because, like, almost every time he could have someone come out, he did.
They came
and, like,
out.
and I get that, like, the sense of scale is very different. Ass Rap was very much about, like, everyone who lives in one city, but then again,
it's a very
like,
Chicago thing.
That makes it a lot easier to throw a concert.
Sorry, go ahead, Jasper.
I was just gonna say, I think the artist who we saw kind of navigate the whole song cutoff phenomenon the best was Pusha T. I think Pusha T did a really, really good job.
I completely agree. Yeah.
Remember when he did
everything?
Yeah, but he did everything, right?
Like literally everything.
What's the song with Kanye off Daytona that I forget the name of?
Oh, What Would Meek Do?
What Would Meek Do? When he cuts before Ye's part, it's crazy. It's like, I don't know if you two remember this, but it was like, fellas talking shit, Ye, how would you respond? And it does a boop, scoop, and the screens go white when it says it, and then it just cuts to nothing, like instantly. Just like a super hard cut. It was great.
Yeah.
He did manage that very well.
Yeah. The thing is that, like, and I mean, this is interesting to say, because if you asked me right now to say, like, oh, what show did I prefer more, Travis Scott or Pusha T? I'd say Travis Scott.
Yeah, me too.
But, like, we kind of talked about Pusha T kind of having, like, a scorched earth set where, like, you walked away and it was like, what song does Pusha T even have that we didn't hear, right?
Right.
Where it's like, that's just not where we are, right? Like, where we, I feel like there's an entire second show worth of, like, Travis Scott songs I wish I could have heard.
What you're saying is we have to go back
show.
to the
second. So we're going to the second show.
Can I share with you something about that made me super salty?
What's up?
I hate it when artists will be like, this is for the day one fans, and then do something off their most popular project.
Oh, yeah. Like, he did that
twice for rodeo songs.
Yeah.
Twice for rodeo songs.
Day one.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I would like to hear more off of Owl Pharaoh than Upper Echelon, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He didn't go back that far, at least.
He picked
often,
one of
I
the
guess,
2 songs off Owl Pharaoh I liked. Like,
Dude, I would kill to hear Dance on the Moon live. That would be so
That would have
cool.
been
yeah, Dance on the Moon is fun. Yeah.
But I think
But,
that's the issue.
yeah.
That a lot of people may not recognize it as much. That's the only thing.
Did he
Yeah,
do
I mean, he did-
Mamacita?
Yeah, he did Mamacita.
He did do Mamacita.
He
and
did,
it was
like-
hard.
Yeah,
It
Mamacita
was
went really
great.
hard.
No Drugs, You Should Try It, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he man,
Or if he had done like Zombies live, that'd be really cool.
it's
Or
do you feel like-
Skyfall.
Do you feel like there was one maybe that didn't hit like you anticipated? Because like for me, I'm not gonna lie, my eyes didn't hit as hard as I thought it was going to be. Not in a concert setting, for me personally.
The second verse I thought hit hard, but it's not one of my favorite songs. So
Yeah. Besides
Personally,
that,
no.
though, everything pretty much hit, at least for me.
I think like to me, like some of the songs that like I just didn't love off Utopia, right? Like they just didn't hit super hard for me. God's Country
Hmm
was like, but don't get me wrong, like they're not bad, but like God's Country just didn't super hit for me. I think the like Topia Twins, Del Restro.
I was impressed he did the full thing,
He did
Yeah.
do
Twins.
Utopia Twins.
including the features.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah,
That's
You
a
know
song
what?
that grew on me.
It fit. That I was about to say. It honestly it fit.
yeah,
Yeah, that one
Utopia
really grew on me,
Twins, at
actually.
least at release, was definitely one of the ones was like, oh, this is hard, but like it's just a banger song. Like there's not much behind it. But hearing it now or yesterday, I was just like, oh, this is hard. Like I
Yeah.
like this.
And I
I'm
get-
surprised he didn't do Praise God.
yeah.
Or no, not Praise God. He did Praise God.
Yeah.
What's the second song off of what's the second song on Utopia?
Thank
off of
God.
Utopia.
Thank God, that's it.
I thought
I'm
he
surprised
did.
didn't do that. Did he?
Yeah, he did it like right away.
I have to look at the set list.
Yeah,
I was gonna say the first 3 songs he did back to back.
Oh, that's
Hyena,
right.
Thank
You're
God,
right.
and
My
Modern
bad.
Jam. But to be fair, when Modern Jam came out, everyone kind of just like
I was
What-
gone.
went
Yeah.
insane.
Like that was it. That's my song of the year. That was
What's
it for me.
playing? Modern Jam? It's over. I'm pretty sure that's when we stood up. Actually,
That was me. I was
Yeah.
like, get up right now.
Oh yeah, that's when like 90% of the stadium stood up.
yeah.
I was like, okay, now we're really getting into it.
Oh, I think the other one, Circus Maximus. I think as
Yeah.
great of a title as that is, I think that song always comes across a little hollow to me.
Mm-hmm.
I like that song, but it feels a little too polished.
It
It
feels
feels like more
too
radio than-
derivative of Black Skinhead. like,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
it feels like let's just make Black Skinhead into a pop song and call it a day.
You know what went hard is A.
A went so hard.
Yeah.
That was one of the highlights too.
Yeah, that one.
Literally just the introduction. Like I got such a good video of it with like
Yeah.
actual screen and the effects. And
Yeah.
it just-
Yeah, no, that
it
one's
was-
super
it
hard.
was hard.
There were a
It was hard.
lot of like really intense highlights, I will say.
Yes, absolutely. I was surprised. I mean, I don't know if I want to say I was that surprised because he already has a pretty deep discography, but he didn't do a lot of like songs that he was featured on. It was like almost none.
Yeah, the only one he did was Praise God.
Yeah.
Which,
And then the stuff with Don Toliver, but that's literally it.
Don Toliver, I think is like very much okay because he was there.
I was gonna
I
say
think-
who would
yeah.
Don Toliver be without
Yeah.
Travis?
Also, I loved how he was taking sacrifices.
Talking about calling people out.
Yeah, he was taking
Oh,
no,
yeah.
he was bringing people up into. Like,
That's what I'm
that-
saying. Like
yeah.
calling them out the crowd and
Yeah. Yeah, it was very Legends of the Temple.
You have
It
been
was
Legends-
selected.
them like
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
on the thing and flying around.
Yeah. I did think it was eventually going to be an obstacle course. He was going to make us all run.
That'd be so cool. Temple Run.
Yeah.
I'm curious because actually, White Patrick brought this up. Do you think those people were planning, or do you think he could actually see these people in the crowd?
No, he has somebody in his ear,
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
in the monitor, who calls people out to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt if maybe like one or two were planted to guarantee that it went off no matter who they picked.
Hmm
But like, no, probably not.
That the ski mask we saw,
Yeah.
Cactus Jacks. Oh, that was hard.
I'm pretty sure
That
they
was
sold
so
a Jack
hard.
Boys. I think that was a Jack Boys ski mask, like the album cover, the way they're in
Yeah.
the cars.
Man, I'm gonna need that. That was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's like a neon yellow Jack Boys one was sold when the album came out.
Is
It
That's
could
what
be
I thought.
yours for $275.
I'm gonna kill
That's
myself.
so much.
It has Cactus
For a
Jack
Ski-Man.
embroidered on the front.
I'm gonna kill myself
I'm gonna send it to
'Cause
you
you're gonna
so that
spend
you can
that.
make bad decisions.
Yeah.
because I want to do it, but I'm not going to.
Wow. What's next? Buying the car?
Dude, that car
I
goes
mean-
hard. I'm pretty sure they auctioned it, didn't they?
I wouldn't be surprised.
The BMW.
I thought that,
Yeah.
I thought they did an auction for it.
No.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
They also
If
sold
I'm
like a
not-
diecast model of it, like a little one.
Okay,
Yeah, I know a couple people
I
that
would
got
do
that.
Yeah, I would do that. The only car I'm ever gonna buy from an artist is the orange car from Frank Ocean.
No.
Was it
The
the
M30?
E40?
E30, yeah.
Yeah,
E30 M3.
E40's the rapper.
Yes. But yes, I would buy that car.
But yeah,
Were you guys okay with 10 Fiends?
dude, that was so many fiends.
That was fun.
I want it 15. I want it 15.
Could we last
God,
15
I remember
Fiends?
I looked to the left when the 10th one started, and Jeff, the look on your face.
I said
He's a gambler. It's what he does.
He's a gambler.
15.
He calls
I
out a
said,
number and then
over under 15.
But like
I
the look
just
on your face
know
at
we
the
were gonna get
time
it.
totally
I thought
said
we were
like,
gonna get
I guess we're
15.
doing this.
I don't know. In
15.
hindsight, I don't know if 15's a good line. I would have went with like 12, over under 12.
yeah.
The show is supposed to be on the 15th.
Okay.
That's why I went with that number.
Oh my god.
That is fair. You felt something.
Just felt it, you know. I read an article how he did 10 at one show, and he explained why, but I forgot why he explained why he did that. But I'm just like, we're gonna get 15.
He just
He
kept
did
doing it.
Explanation is that he
Didn't
was
he do it?
fiending and he just kept doing it.
I think
Hold on.
something I legitimately
Hold on.
love
And he
is
dedicated to everyone.
Literally.
That's when he dedicated to the kid with the crutch.
I have a video of that.
Yeah.
It's just the kid going crazy.
I do think my favorite part about that was how he like eventually moved on to other songs and then kept coming back.
Came back.
It's like, oh, good,
So-
he's sicko mode. Nope, back to Fiend. Like
He played Fiend 14 times at MSG.
Jesus
that's what I
Christ.
thought. I thought he did like 14, 15 times somewhere.
Hold
I
on,
didn't
yeah,
know it
let
was
me
that
just
many.
recount.
I thought it
Hold
was
on.
8 at MSG.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He played it 12 times at first, and then Sheck West came out, and Sheck West
Oh,
did his
what?
verse. Sheck West did his
No.
verse, and
We
then
missed out on
covered,
Sheck
and then
West's
did
verse?
Mo Bamba, and then Sicko Mode, Antidote, Goosebumps, then Fiend twice more, and then Telekinesis to wrap it up.
Okay. So pretty similar, I feel like. Towards the end, it's just feeding out and then playing his hits.
Yeah,
Going
so
back and
but 14 times in total, including the special Sheck West version.
Jesus Christ. That would have been that, the Sheck West verse, or the full STP interlude. That would have sent me over.
That went surprisingly hard. I was surprised at how hard that went. That was
If
very
we got
cool.
the full version, it would have been very nice.
Yeah. Oh my god. There's just like I do feel like it was a very straightforward affair, which for a Wednesday I do appreciate, to be completely
okay with
fucking
that,
real
yeah.
with you. But yeah, no, it was just a big, massive smorgasbord of just his entire discography.
Just
Yeah.
Travis Scott going hard.
So I guess like my big question for you is like crowd intensity, right? Because like I think the stage was very clearly designed to like break up huge pockets of the crowd.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Which I think is smart. I think it's smart. I guess my thing is like, how do you see like a show like this changing, like if it went into a festival setting? Because I'm willing to bet that'll probably be the next time he comes to Chicago. Will probably be a festival.
Well, isn't he banned from Lollapalooza?
No,
Yeah,
Not
Yeah,
actually.
It's not indefinitely, right?
no, it was like a temporary thing because they had issues with it, but apparently that's lifted.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I was under the impression, because I had researched it a while ago, and I was under the impression he was banned.
Yeah, I know that up until recently that was true, but things are allegedly changing.
Is it getting
Yeah.
a little better? I hope so. I don't know. I
'Cause,
feel
yeah,
like.
it-
What's up?
I don't think he'll come do a festival here, honestly. I think he's gonna try and cover his ass as much as possible, and he just knows how rowdy festivals get.
Yeah.
And if he were to do like Lollapalooza or have like an Astro World here, someone's gonna die again,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want that.
Yeah, I mean,
So
we'll
I think
see.
he'll try and control the crowd as much as he can.
Yeah,
I would love to see him do Summer Smash.
I know. I think Summer Smash
would be even worse.
That'd
be
crazy, though.
I think Summer Smash is like the most obvious. The one I think would be fun is Riot Fest. I would love to see that. I would love
and no one would die at Riot Fest.
Riot Fest is
I would die at Riot Fest.
But the thing is that, like, I think Riot Fest as a festival has the capacity to handle his crowd better than Lala or Summer Smash.
Because they have two main stages right by each other.
Yeah. So, like, I really do think it's like
production to save people around them.
Obviously, Summer Smash is like his crowd, but I think as far as like containing it, I think Riot Fest is like absolutely like. I also think it's like subversive and cool. You know, like
the only song he can do there is "Piss on Your Grave" like 6 times in a row.
Please no.
And then Fiend, Riot Fest Fiend 12 times.
I'm curious.
25 times.
Jesus Christ, please no. I would leave mid-set. Just like,
that poor neighbor, that whole neighborhood, those poor neighbors.
They're like, oh, Dios mío.
Okay. Ashmore was Live Nation, right? What is Riot Fest run by? Is it like
I have no idea.
Production?
I think they're
not independent.
It's independent.
Like it's its own thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Travis tours in general with Live Nation and pretty much exclusively.
Yeah, but that's because Live Nation's a monopoly.
Yeah, well, I guess it's more of like a duopoly, but yeah. Yeah.
Look, our objective is for this year is to dismantle credit or Ticketmaster and Live Nation.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Revolution
I'm
now.
only getting my tickets on Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Look, I'll do it.
It's like I am only going to shows advertised outside. Like if you
I'm only going to McJenkins because you told me to, not because I want to.
I'm only going to shows I can find on posters on Clark Street, like, which does include McJenkins, actually.
That's funny.
That's gonna be our next concert. I'm excited. It may not be as extravagant as this, but it will be fun.
Yeah, no, I mean it'll be a much different vibe, but yeah, no, this is like. It does like kind of like make you think a little bit where it's like I remember seeing Lupe Fiasco and being like, oh, this is like what hip hop is supposed to be, right? It's like someone on a stage like entertaining a crowd. And then you go see this and it's like this is like Aliens.
This is cool too.
Is like oh, don't get me wrong, it's very cool. It's very, very cool. And you know, Travis is not the first to do this, but I think he's currently the top of the game of the person who just like, you know, creates these big stadium tours, you know, and it's just interesting to see like how things develop and move. I mean, I know like the best comparison to a tour I've seen there recently would probably be the It's All a Blur tour with Drake. And yeah, no, I think the Utopia tour was definitely more impressive, like on a performance and a production level.
Tough.
It's tough for me because I like Drake. Like when you talk about Drake's entire catalog, I like it a lot more than Travis's catalog. Right? Like, you know, he did all those songs that I just, you know, Take Care is beyond, you know, anything that was performed last night. So it was checks and balances for sure.
For sure.
Like, I'll compare, like, so last night, seeing Fiend that many times, the only thing I compare that to is when I saw Jay-Z and Kanye do the Watch the Thrones tour, because they did In Paris like 12 times. The first time they did it, and then when they did it again, Jay-Z just yelled out to the crowd, fuck it, bring everyone down, push the seats out of the way, and make this an actual fucking arena. And they went wild. I got like, I think that's the first time I almost touched Kanye West.
Yeah.
Like he almost grabbed my hat off me. I was that close to the stage.
No, that's
and like
insane.
That's like seeing Fiend that many times just reminded me of that, because like seeing In Paris that many times was just like back then,
yeah,
insane.
I think in the past, like in 2016, Travis was doing shows like that where he was doing the same thing with 3500, where he would do the chorus to 3500 just like over and over and over again, but it was like separated out, just because it's a long chorus, right? And people were going crazy for that. But yeah, that's seeing the videos from back then, from like the Watch the Throne tour, like seeing them do. I think they did it 13 times in Paris at one point.
Yep.
And it was
You
just
have to,
Jay-Z
you're in
going
Paris.
again, like over and over and over again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that was actually in their music video.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an extra 40 minutes tagged onto the Paris tour date.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So I think my next main question is very much specifically for Purvis and Jasper, because you guys are like very much in the Travis Scott camp. Where does he go from here?
Grammy.
I don't give.
Yeah.
I know, I'm just being silly.
Anyone who cares about the Grammys is dumb.
I'm spiteful over 2018. Goddammit.
He
Anyway.
wants it.
I'm spiteful over 2013.
Well, yeah, everybody is.
Everyone is.
That's
That
canon.
doesn't count.
It should have gone to because the internet.
That
It
is
was
when,
okay.
That is when we deviated
Macklemore
onto-
apologized to the wrong man.
That is when we deviated onto the dark timeline. It was that.
That
moment.
really was. That really
Everything
was.
for it
If you
just
think about it,
cursed.
all of society's problems can be stemmed from both Yeezus and TPAB getting snubbed that night.
Yeah, well, that was Good Kid, Mad City, and
Yeah.
Or fuck,
I do think
yeah.
if
Goddamn
Good
it.
Kid, Mad's, yeah, we would have entered a different timeline, and in that
Yeah.
timeline, we would have went to the Scaring the Host tours last night and talking about how they performed
Oh
"God
my
Loves
God.
You" 10 times.
Focus
Like-
on that. You could have said no COVID. Like, come on. Where are your
Like-
priorities here?
It's like you could have liberated Gaza, but instead,
I mean, you could have even said Trump wouldn't be president.
Yeah, you could have said a lot
The
of
Cu-
things.
Then who
but
am
then
I
the, but then the
going
Cubs,
to-
the Cubs would have never won a World Series then.
Shut up.
Might be
Yeah,
onto
no.
something.
I can't do
We
that.
make sacrifices here.
For the greater good,
Jesus.
by the sacred timeline.
All right, Miguel.
I've been listening to a lot of Miguel. I can't lie to you. Oh my god!
I meant Spider-Verse Miguel, but yes.
I've been listening.
Even better.
Timelines.
Like,
Even
Timelines.
better.
Come on, people.
Canon event. We're getting
Canada
to you.
event. Anyway,
You're the anomaly.
where
Um,
does he go from?
where does he
here?
go next?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't want him to like overstretch himself. I feel like if it,
Do you
The-
just want him to like kind of like do this, do another leg of the tour, and then just kind of like go away, do another album, and then do another amazing tour?
yes, like I just want to avoid. He's already reached the peak in my opinion in terms of like where he is right now, what he does for the culture. Like he's in so many brand deals, he's in so much involved in the culture. Like there's no need for him to just go over the top, in my opinion. So I'd rather be something more consistent where he can bring out another album, expand his music taste, and no more tragedies. He can't take another one. He can't take another hit, basically.
I think it's
No.
going to be.
I think he's.
Sorry. go
I
ahead.
think he's going to end up going into more of his Jordan brand deal.
Yeah,
I think that's what's next for him. I think he's going to go another like 6-7 years before he drops another project, and in between he'll tour wherever he can
Mhm.
and just focus in on putting out new merch.
Yeah, I mean 6 or 7 would be an even longer gap than Utopia.
Yeah, because Utopia was just under 5.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think we're going to see a kind of release pattern that's very, very similar to what we saw post Astroworld. I think we're going to see another label album, maybe 2
yeah.
before another solo project actually comes out. I could definitely also see him eventually doing another collab album with an artist, just kind of like Huncho Jack Huncho, but
Yeah.
something more contemporary.
Mhm.
And I definitely see, yeah, the Nike deal, the Jordan deal, all that kind of really building out more. He's got his own signature model on the way.
I just
The
need one pair of shoes. Like I just
I'm-
need one.
I'm gonna get those. I don't. They come out this holiday season. Apparently, I'm so fucking ready. I've been waiting for something with a strap on the toe again for a long time, since like 2015 Kanye. So like it's time.
Bring it back.
Yeah,
There was
very
another
excited.
collab.
The ones he gave out yesterday were a remixed version of an existing Nike running shoe that they've seen like versions of his that have the strap and stuff. It's a different model.
Did
Yeah.
you
But-
see
But the one in the
the-
video for The one in like most of the videos that he's been wearing, like the K-pop video. That's like his original silhouette that's coming out later this year.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
I might have to look that up. I saw today. I'm posting it in the Discord right now. There was apparently there's 2 new Jordan 1 lows coming out, and I think the colorways are like canary and olive.
Yeah, the
I
olive
like
one's
saw
been
those also.
confirmed. Olive one's been confirmed. The canary was leaked, I think, yesterday for the first time.
Yeah, and I believe the olive ones we're supposed to be getting like soon,
Yeah, I want
like
those.
first or second quarter.
Those are very similar to
Please.
the original one lows, which were black and brown. So
Yeah.
this is like just the same color blocking, just olive, which is pretty great.
I need it. I don't need it. I need
Honestly,
it.
you could probably get the British khaki 6s for like a decent price. I've seen those moving around for decent money. And that's a good colorway.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm
but I
tempted
have
on getting the Air Force ones. I've been seeing those go at a pretty decent price.
Which ones?
Which one? The Utopia Air Force ones?
No.
Oh, the sail pair. Oh no.
Yeah.
You're talking about Are you talking about the multicolor one where it's like oranges
Yeah.
and blues? Yeah, those
Yeah.
are reasonable. Those are like 400 or 500 depending on your size.
I have not seen those.
I'm sure you
9.5.
have. Let me
Maybe.
pull them up.
Those have the lace cover
Yep,
on them.
the black lace cover. It's these came out in 2019, I think. I remember when these came out.
Wasn't
These
there
are
like
cool
some
shoes.
air trainers or something?
Those were a little later though. Those are sitting. You can buy those.
Yeah. No, thank you.
which is funny because I think the gray pair looks pretty good actually. But
Nah, if I do get them, I want the Jordan ones. I already have. I know you said the khakis, but I have the Huarache 8, so like I already have a beige kind
True.
of colorway.
Here, I'm sending an image in general. These, the like the patchwork ones. Yeah. Those are cool.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. It's just it's a lot going on.
What's crazy is the original Air Force One pairs go for like an unbelievable amount of money now. The white and the sail
blows my
pairs.
mind.
It's like
Blows my mind.
$1,200.
I wish I jumped on the blue 4s when
I had those
because like 5 years ago I could have gotten them for like $400. Now I
for
can't get them for less.
Look, the last day or the last dance came out, and now everything for the past like 3 years has just been triple the cost. It's just now going back to like a normal market value.
Yeah,
I mean, it's never going to happen for 9.5.
Jeff, I had the blue 4s and the original 1 highs for retail off sneakers.
I don't like it.
I've never
sold them both.
Sneakers.
I was dumb,
really
but
like
I was renting at the time, needed some rent money, so you know.
I don't blame you.
That's my biggest regret was selling my off-whites. But anyway, now that Brandon is depressed.
It's very boring. It's just very boring. It's
Get
like
some style.
No, it's like hanging out with women. I'm sorry. Like
you're gonna get canceled.
Y'all not rocking with women.
I do. But like,
Rachel.
Go ahead and tell her.
She's probably listening.
She's literally probably listening.
Oh my god, I just can't.
I
just can't do the. I just can't. Once you start talking about different colorways by name, it's like I'm out. I can't. Like, it's like giving these things different. Oh, here we go. Like once you start giving things like different colorways, it's like different names. It's like it's just blue.
What's that?
Like
it's not just blue.
As someone who's colorblind, I actually really like colorways because they let me talk about something specifically without having to differentiate. That's what's nice for me about it, at least.
Sure, but like, let's not pretend that was done because of accessibility.
No, it never was. I use it that way though, 100%. Yeah. It's like, oh, the royal blue one? No, actually, the UNC, and then it's like that tells me like which one it is.
I see. All right. Do we have anything else to say about the concert?
No, it's just that it was really good, and I just don't know where he can go from here either. Right? Like, I guess like I'm kind of like, because like I just don't give a shit about like anything involving shoes. I think it's just like, oh, cool, he wants to cash out and go make some money. That's fine. Who doesn't? Like, to me, I care about like the shit he actually makes, and it's like, you know, like I can definitely see like a Jack Boys. Like if I heard about Jack Boys 2 coming out, I'd be into that. I would definitely be into any kind of like label moves, you know. And
Yeah.
I kind of feel like where Purvis is at, where it's like, you know, I'm totally cool with him like doing label moves, and like I don't think he has to like quote unquote like go away, but just like, you know, just going into the cycle, right? Like take a couple years, go do some other
Take your time.
things, come back,
Yeah.
do an album, do another tour, right? Like I will say like one of the things I really liked about this tour and this album is that everything felt very much of a piece, and Astro World too, you know. So I would really hope that we can get back to that, or you know, he can come back and just do something that feels different.
Yeah, I
You
bet
know?
we're gonna get some banging singles like we did like post, you know, Astroworld.
Sure, and I bet he'll do a lot more collabs and like
Yeah.
features for the next few years. And I'm sure I would love to hear him like just like maybe produce something, you know, because I think he's a much stronger producer than a rapper. Even though like I think he's getting much better, like as a rapper.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing him do something like exclusively and explicitly in the producer role. But then you have to wonder, like, okay, well, will his brand let him do that? You know?
Mhm.
so we are getting the next Kid Cudi album next Friday,
Yeah.
and
Allegedly.
he's slated to
Oh,
be
yeah.
he's slated to be on that.
As a
So-
producer or like
As
just
a
as
feature.
Yeah.
So he might be producing. I have no idea.
And we're
Apparently-
also supposed to be getting the Vultures album.
That'll never
So, you know,
happen.
he'll probably be
I
on
don't
that
believe
also.
that.
I'm not holding
I
my
don't believe it
breath.
either.
Yeah.
But
we still got another at least 200 days.
but for sure, like we're gonna get something feature related at least
Yeah.
in the next week or two. So
Yeah.
that'll be interesting.
I mean, we literally just got a feature this week. We got back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Kid Cudi was
Yeah.
tweeting about the producer list, so maybe he did put it out. I'm gonna find it.
It's possible. I mean, even today, people like Complex was talking about how Future, Metro Boomin, and Travis were in the studio working on the next album today. So he's active. Needless to say.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess this is the end
Yeah.
of our
Are we
Travis
doing
Scott-
recommendations?
Oh, we could do recommendations. Do we want to give a grade to? It feels like we're all just gonna say an A. So like, I feel like
Yeah,
we just, like,
it's an A.
yeah, I don't know. Like if we all have to fucking go through the formality of it, you know? Like
1, 2, 3.
A.
Just take
A.
it.
Hey,
yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Moving
unless
on.
anyone feels otherwise, like I would give it an A. So like,
It's an A.
yeah,
Top tier.
no,
Bucket
yeah.
list moment for me.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely. He was probably coming into 2023. Frank Ocean was ahead of him, but then Coachella happened.
Yeah.
So like this was 100% like just because of his reputation for like live shows. This was my number one. So now I'm like reassessing like who's my number one.
Mine is probably The Weeknd or Frank.
Yeah,
Ocean.
mine's probably
Like, that's
yeah,
not-
mine's definitely The Weeknd. Now that you say that, yeah, mine's definitely The
It's The Weeknd for me.
Oh,
hands
something I
down.
do want to give credit to is that he didn't use a backing track for most of the concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And like I
talked
think it was
about that.
tastefully done. I think it was tastefully done. So like that was another thing where it was like because like I had just seen a lot of footage of it where it seems like, oh, he's just kind of vibing on stage with people, like, oh, and like I just don't like those kind of shows. But that was just not what we actually ended up getting.
No.
All right.
Jasper, did you find your producer list before we do Rex?
I did. I'm not sure if it's full, and it also doesn't explicitly say like who's doing what. But some of the people who are confirmed on there are Honorable C Note, Benny X,
Honorable C.
Carl Rubin, Dot the Genius, Kid Jupiter. So those are some, but I don't see him on there yet.
That's
But
not a bad
okay.
list though.
As soon as I heard Benny
All
X,
right.
I'm hyped. I heard the producer tag actually in one of the videos this morning. I was like, I'm working on Dying. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, that's different actually, but yeah,
Yeah.
Working on Dying is Lil Uzi's
Is that not?
group.
Oh, okay.
They're like a
Okay.
collective out of Philly. They
Interesting.
got big after Love Is Rage 2. They did a lot of beats on Love Is Rage 2,
Okay.
and also on Eternal Atake.
But
Yeah. All right. So do we
Yeah,
want to
right.
do our two songs, our recommendations?
yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right. Who wants to go first?
Is anybody ready?
Purvis,
I
do
will.
it.
I will. I'm
Or
ready.
Brent,
Go for it.
yeah.
Okay. Well, this song, I was prepping for Travis Scott. It got served to me last week on TikTok, and I've just been listening to it ever since. Out West, Young
Yes.
Thug and Travis Scott off the Jack Boys album. That song goes very hard. Love it with all
It
my
does go
heart.
extremely hard.
Out West.
I like that. I appreciate that.
We're having some
All right,
technical issues with Jeff, so we'll see if he. Jeff, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, for sure. Just making sure. All right,
Yeah,
I'll go next.
My phone's starting to die.
Okay.
So.
Well, we're almost done. Yeah, I'll just go then. Someone actually just put me onto this song like literally last weekend. Artist named Ombre, super low key. A song called "Bad Habits," absolutely phenomenal.
Very fun.
What? Anybody ready? Sir Jasper, Sir Jeff.
Jeff, if you want to go ahead and go, if your phone's, doing its thing.
I'm actually looking at my recent playlist on my Apple TV because I don't have a song right off the top of my head right now.
Gotcha. All right, I'll go then. I'll take another Travis Young Thug collab franchise, the original version, featuring what's her name?
MIA.
MIA at the end. Yeah,
I like that one a lot.
Actually, a killer verse, and I think that the future remix is good, but wasn't necessarily needed.
Yeah, no, I think the original is better.
So one song that I've been playing quite a bit, it's "Living Legend" by Primo Rice.
Wait, I just found that artist literally like the other day. What the?
Yeah, I've been listening. I've had this song in my playlist for a while, and I can't get enough of it.
That is insane timing. I literally just discovered him on New Year's, but that's dope though. All right, yeah. Brandon, I believe it's your turn again.
My next one is just "Spin Some Tough Times." Song's been getting me through a lot. This artist gets people through a lot. I'm going Mac Miller and Miguel Weekend.
Nice.
Classic.
Yeah.
Nice.
No.
I approve. All right, I'll do my second one then. I mentioned him in the Golden Nugget episode. I haven't talked about this album at all on the podcast, believe it or not. But Leon Thomas had a phenomenal year last year. He had a great album that came out called Electric Dust. The very last song is called Treasure in the Hills. It is absolutely phenomenal. So Leon Thomas, Treasure in the Hills. Nice R&B song.
Nice. No. All right, I've been gearing up for Insano. I'm looking forward to it. So I was going through the Cuddy Vault, and there's an album that we're going to need to do a deep dive this year because it turns 10, and that's Satellite Flight. So I'm going with Too Bad I'd Have to Destroy You Now, which is the longest song off that album, but also has some absolutely wild flows and backing. So pretty great.
Okay, bro.
My other song for me is gonna have to be a classic Purple Swag remix by A$AP Rocky.
Ooh, I like that.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
I haven't heard Purple Swag in a long time.
I've been on a big A$AP Rocky kick lately.
Well, hopefully he drops this year. He's supposed to.
Yeah.
Can only pray.
Man.
Yeah.
I don't know what the holdup is.
He's another artist. I need to see him live.
Yeah. Yeah, he's up there.
Oh, that would be up there. Yeah.
No.
All right, but.
All right, guys.
Jasper, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Jeff, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Or Jeff.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We will have you on next time we see Travis Scott.
Or any other show.
Time. Well, he's coming with us to Danny Brown, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes, I will be there.
All right, guys. Well, this was our review of Travis Scott's Chicago stop of the Circus Maximus tour. What a mouthful.
Be sure to catch us next week at the same Jack time, same Jack channel.
With the same Jack boys. I don't have any shame anymore.